As you guys know, every week we have a community poll go up on our Facebook community page, the Xbox Dive. Make sure to check that out if you want to help us evolve and create this show every week. And earlier today, we put up a topic, a topic poll. Got to get that right. And every week we put up 3 ideas. And this week we had why EA Access is the best value in video games.
It's great.
Pros and cons of Game of the Year editions.
They're great.
And then the one that won was Xbox One UI update. The good,
it's also great.
The bad, and the ugly. So tonight we're going to be talking about the brand new Xbox UI. Now we haven't actually had our hands on it yet. I know a couple people in our group that are in the special preview program. I'm in the preview program, but when I go to the preview program, it says I'm in Ring 4. So what? I mean, there's different levels. They don't really tell you what they are.
And I'm in Ring 3.
So I think it was the first 2 rings that got in right now.
I'm one ahead of you, but yeah. So it's actually Alpha Ring right now.
Right.
Is the one who has the update. So.
And so if you haven't seen it, go on to Xbox's YouTube page or Major Nelson's website or blog, whatever you want to do. Check out this new UI. It is getting a total overhaul. Like, it looks completely different.
It does. It does.
So I guess we'll kind of kick it off from there, man. What are is there anything we want to talk about with the UI before we hop into our initial thoughts?
So real quick, if you're listening to this now and you haven't seen it yet, let's give you the real quick the bullet points of what big is changing.
Set the stage.
And then we can and then we can kind of talk about each one if we want to. So I say the most important thing. I don't want to make that claim. So change number 1, you are moving from right now on your Xbox One. If you hit your guide button, that's the glowing Xbox button that's in the middle of your controller. From the left side of your screen, it will swipe in a little menu which you scroll up and down. Right? Everybody knew that? Yes. Okay.
Vertical.
So that's what you're doing now. In the new UI, when you hit that guide button, it actually pops up. It's similar on the left hand side, but it actually kind of pops up what looks like maybe even kind of from the top, but it's just a floating window similar to what it was on the Xbox 360. Now, in the Xbox 360, it was right in the middle. This is going to be over on the left-hand side. So it kind of pops up, and it's a floating window, which you navigate left and right now. So you're navigating horizontal with the bumpers rather than up and down. Now, from the video, it looks like pretty much all your same stuff is there. So you have a broadcast button, you have your settings button, you have your chat, you have your friends list. So it's all kind of right there. The content doesn't really look like it's changed. Just the way you're interacting with it is changed. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, they have what they're calling a customizable home screen, which now what will allow you to do is it will allow you to pin specific things to your home screen. Now, what that means is not just like games. So you could actually pin a game. So let's say you play Overwatch a lot, and you can pin Overwatch. So Overwatch now has, as you're scrolling vertically down your home screen, you can have Overwatch, and it has its own tile where you can load into a game or start a party, and it gives you some stats. It gives you your achievements. It has a bunch of information about the game.
It's kind of like what's called Game Center. Like now when you click on the information for the game, you go like the Game Center. All the information that Game Center will now pop into that box. So like Chris said,
right into your
achievements, top like your friends. Who's the top friend in that game? It's going to be like one of those kind of rotating information windows.
Yeah. Now, what's cool about it, though, is it's not just games. So let's say that you have somebody who you really like to follow so I'll use James for an example. So I can actually go to James and I can pin James's profile to my home screen now. So now as I'm scrolling vertically, I can see Overwatch, and then I go down and now I see James, and it shows me the last time James was online. If he's online, what he's playing. It shows me the last few achievements that he made. I can just right there from that home screen, I can compare our achievements. If he's online right from that home screen, I can send him an invite. So stuff like that. And then with the press of a button, I can actually, if I want James to be more predominant, I can move James above Overwatch. So now it goes, your standard home, James, and then Overwatch, and then at the bottom is your normal pins where you can have your different apps pinned. But you can take all that out. If you don't want anything on your home screen, you can take everything out, and it's just a blank screen where you can load your game.
Right.
So very, very cool that you're being able to customize it. So that's the second big thing. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I feel like what Xbox is doing now. I mean, this kind of falls into initial thoughts, but with all this customization, it's making me think Xbox wants everybody's Xbox to be customized to them, because you're gonna get customized menus. You know, everybody's home page or home screen is going to look different now. No two are going to be the same. But they're also, as we mentioned before, avatars, doing the exact same thing with avatars.
Yep.
There's more customization now in your avatars. You can have your own custom gamer picks now. You don't need to use what Microsoft gives you. Your Xbox experience is now customized to you and your needs.
That's right, and they're evolving the achievements, which we talked about in a video before, which you can kind of check out. But now, let's say you pin James, and James has a new pin, like a new badge that he's earned. It's going to show up right there, so you're going to get to see. You don't even have to worry about what his gamer score is. But hey, James just got this really cool achievement.
20 deaths, 0 kills in Overwatch. Bam.
Boom, right there. So that's cool. The last big thing that they showed was that they're revamping the activity feed. Now, I actually have a lot to say about the activity feed, so we'll get to that in a second. Sure. But anyway, so with that being said, the activity feed now looks like I'm going to say this, and I'm even saying it is going to make me upset with myself, but it looks a little bit like Pinterest. So if you don't know what Pinterest looks like, grab your wife or your girlfriend's phone, go to Pinterest. Or Chris's phone and on my phone, and you could see what Pinterest looks like. But the way it looks is that you have these selection of tiles that are kind of pinned to your activity feed, and they're different sizes. So there's some widescreen, some squares, and you're kind of scrolling down, and you're just seeing these different tiles of activity that's going on, achievements that your friends are unlocking or videos that they're sharing, and it's kind of like this wall of just sticky notes that your friends are doing stuff. It looks super cool, very slick, looks very fast, but they are trying to upgrade the activity feed and what that's going to mean. So those are the three big updates that they kind of showed, that like the big new features. The overall, aesthetic is changed in general, so like it is different looking, but those are the three big kind of improvements that they're adding. So I've said a lot. James, what do you think about so far what we're looking at?
Sure. Like, I guess initial thoughts. Do you want me to hop into the likes and dislikes now? I mean, or how do we want to kind of do you want me to hit the likes first and then go dislikes, or what do you want to do?
You're the boss, man. I mean, we can, let's just do likes. Let's do dislikes, and then we can kind of do final thoughts. Sure. So what do you like about it?
Right. Well, I really like the customization. I mean, that's the big feature on this. Like you said, I can pin anything I want to the homepage. I can make it as big or as simple as I want. It's all up to me, which is nice. I do enjoy that. I like what they're going for. I'm really excited to see what they do with the achievements and how that's going to work into the new UI. That's all going to be awesome. Right off the bat, the first thing I noticed was how slick it looks. It looks super clean. Love that.
Yeah. Real fast. It looks really quick.
Dislike is, it kind of goes back to what, I mean, I actually really like what they have now. I like the tile system they currently have because, going back to Windows 8, yes, Windows 8 was not very, very liked, right? But at the time, Windows 8, it was all tile-based, right? Windows Phone that I had, I've talked about that before. I've got an Android now, but the Windows Phone I had at the time, it was all tile-based. Windows Tablet I have, it's all tile-based. I actually really like that. It's something I'm used to. I'm familiar with it, and they're getting rid of all that. I mean, it's because it's customizable, that's fine. But let's say I go to Chris's place, hop on his Xbox, I won't be able to find anything under his profile because it's different. So it to me,
but the
customization is good.
Side of that, no, wait a second. The flip side of that, though, is when you log in to my console, it's going to load your homepage.
Right, but let's say like Brant, he is a PlayStation guy. He does not have an Xbox. Let's say he comes to my place, he gets familiar with my Xbox, he's moving around, playing Dark Souls or whatever he wants to play, and then let's say he goes over to your place, he will not be able to find a thing.
That's true.
That's kind of the problem. So for me, I'm worried that the familiarity you have with what you have right now, even though you can customize it with pins, it's all roughly the same, which is nice. You know where everything's at. And this is a major overhaul. From the more Kinect-centered stuff we started with to what we have now, It's different, yes, but it's still using the tile system. Everything is still kind of in the same place. You know where to find things. I'm kind of worried going to this new system. It might be confusing just because it's so drastically different. So I guess my biggest dislike is that the more customization you add, the more confusing it can be.
Yeah.
But those are
That's
just
true.
my initial thoughts, just from not being able to get hands-on time, but just getting,
don't let anybody
watching
play
the
your
video.
Don't let anybody play your console. You'll be fine. All right, so real quick, so my likes are, I think it looks really quick. If you watch the video, everything snaps really fast, which I like. The quicker that it can do things, like just the better it is. I hate having to press the button and then take and it takes half a second delay for it to pop over, or whatever. It's a small delay, but any lag is annoying. So I'm glad. I really like that. I really like the idea of the activity feed. And so let's talk about the activity feed for a second. I'm still not sold on the activity feed yet, but here's what I will say. I would be prepared to make the Xbox activity feed one of my go-to social outlets if there was the ability to do more stuff. So let me tell you what I mean. We run this channel, right? And we like to talk about Xbox. We like to make videos. We also do these videos on Mixer. I would like to be able to go in and take my YouTube clip, copy it, go to the Xbox One app on my PC, paste it into the activity feed, and then my YouTube video pop up on somebody's activity feed. I would like to take a picture of myself holding my brand new Xbox One controller and post it from my phone to my Xbox activity feed. I would like to see this become Twitter. I mean, sure. Or Instagram, or an actual social medium where I'm connecting with just Xbox people, because PlayStation fans aren't gonna browse the Xbox dashboard because they don't have a profile. That's not their place. So, and I'm not saying that like we have Twitter, we have an answer for that, but to be able to connect with people that actually are on the same place that you are, and they're focused into this ecosystem like you are, like I think that they're setting the stage for that. But for me, for it to become something that I visit regularly, it has to be more in depth, and it has to let me share stuff and to be able to put stuff. So I like what they're doing. I think it looks great. It looks super slick. It looks very quick. But in order for it to become something that I use, I just showed you on my phone earlier, I showed you my profile. If I could pull up my phone on the activity feed and tweet just like I would on Twitter, I would probably honestly use that as much, if not more, than Twitter.
Right. And right now, though, the activity feed is there, right? You can go to the activity feed tab, and what I try to do, I don't think we mentioned on here, Xbox Dive has its own club. If you want to join the Xbox Dive Club, I think we got like 18 members or something now. It's slowly growing, but we're going to start doing, different gaming events and things like that in there. One thing I try to do whenever we have a poll or we have something going on, I try to post it in the Xbox Dive Club as well. Because if you do, it's going to show up in everyone that's in that club. It's going to show up in their feed. They can like it and they can comment on it. That's it. Yeah. Because what you said, Chris, which is actually kind of cool and smart, is I hope they enhance the activity feed. So if you could add photos, if you could add video, if you could share it with somebody else, if you could, get a notification on your phone, someone's talking in Xbox Dive Club,
or tag people in it. Yeah. Like if I was like, hey, me and James are about to go live on Mixer, and I can tag you in your profile. Like, yeah. So what I'm saying is I like what they're doing, that they're making progress. And this is not a dislike, but this is just a want. Like, I want to see them really flesh that out, because sometimes I want to say something about Xbox, and what do? I open my phone, I go to Twitter, and I type in, hey, blah, 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 blah. But if I could go on to the actual Xbox app and then just share it out there with people that I know that like Xbox, that I know that are following me there, like, I think that'd be super, super cool. So I want to see that. As far as bads, for me, I'm going to kind of echo what you said, but in a different way. I can remember with the 360, I could basically navigate that menu by the time it was all said and done without even looking at my screen. There was a point where my kids would be watching something or doing something, and I would have the controller in the other room, and I would be, I would know exactly how many bumpers to press and how many things to do to get them exactly where they wanted to go. And it's muscle memory, right? And as gamers, that's what we do. We're muscle memory. So with Xbox constantly updating, that's good. Evolving is good. But what you risk is you risk losing the muscle memory of what you know. And it's like you're logging into a brand new system that you don't know your way around. So I don't mind them tweaking it as long as they're making advantages. But right now, my fear is we just got this like 6 months ago, like this new one, and now they're changing it again. And I'm still not necessarily comfortable navigating super quickly with the way that it is now, and now we're changing it again. And so that's fine, but just in looking forward, I want to see them settle on a design and then just polish that design, so while they're tweaking it, they're not changing my button presses and my muscle memory, so that I know if I tab twice, I'm here, if I go down, I'm here, so on and so forth.
Right. And it's kind of like a giant echo chamber in here, because it's kind of funny what we're talking about. As soon as this news came out, Chuck Shar in our group went on there and he said, I hate when Xbox does updates. But then he said, but once I figure it out, I absolutely love it and realize how great it is and realize why they made those changes. And I think we're all kind of that way. When they make a change this drastic after less than a year of having this new interface, we all kind of get that feeling like, oh, they're changing it. And plus, this, it's not a console war. We always talk on our group. We, if you love other systems, talk about them. We don't mind. But it kind of fans the flames of the console wars. Now all the PlayStation fans are going to come out going, you're getting a whole new interface. You're not going to do anything that. Why is Microsoft doing all this stupid stuff? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, that's, as soon as this new interface goes out live to everybody, that's what we're going to hear. Now, anybody who's not an Xbox fan, from all our PlayStation, Nintendo friends, that's what they're going to talk about.
So I will say this. I think that we just haven't found so this goes back to it was a failed launch. Everything about the Xbox One right now comes back to it was a failed launch when the system came out. And so it was based around voice, it was based around Kinect. And so we're slowly getting away from that. And so I think that the developers are doing their best. Like I think the team is working as hard as they can to make this as streamlined and as muscle memory friendly as possible. And I think that we're going through the iterations. It's kind of growing pains, and I get it. And it has been a lot. But I do think that we're closing in. Like we even said, the changes that they made are not necessarily even different. They're just kind of moving things around a little bit. So it is going to take a little muscle memory, but I do agree that they're giving us customization, which I think is great. And I think they want it to make a your experience. And so I think that they're trying to get there. And I just think that because they launched so bad, and so what I'll say is Xbox One or Xbox 360 didn't do it this much, but they had a great system in place, right? We had Blades, then we went to new Xbox Experience, and then we went to I forget what the last one was called, but the tile one, right? And so there was only 3 iterations for the life of that console, and so far we've had 2. We're having 2 iterations within 24 months. Within 12 months, and that's a lot. And so, but I do think that they're trying to get to where their vision of what the platform should be. I think that's where they're trying to get.
Right. The biggest issue is kind of like what you said at the beginning. Totally different leadership was in place. The system was made to be Kinect driven, voice driven. And since then, Phil Spencer coming in and Mike Ibarra kind of working with it. All new people have brand new visions. And so it's almost like a reboot of the system again. So with the X coming out, like, hey, we've got a new console coming out. And I think that's really what's leading this big push. They want to get it out before the X is out. So when people this holiday season are getting an Xbox One for the first time, whether it be a regular Xbox One, an S, or an X, doesn't matter.
This is what it has.
They want this to be, I see this as kind of the final revision. Because we're already, 3 years in? Almost 4 years in to this system?
Yeah.
And on average, most systems, at least, last generation was kind of a fluke with almost 10 years for that generation. But on average, a generation is around 5 to 7 years, right? So we are smack dead in the middle of this generation, maybe on the, going down the hill already on this generation. So they want whatever comes out now to be the final. This is it. This is the last of this generation.
I would agree.
Here is what we say is the definitive version of our UI. That's what it's going to be. Whatever they come out with now, they're not going to change again. This is it.
Yeah,
they're going to make, small adjustments to it. So all those people like me, like you, who are tired of all these changes,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is the last one. But okay, Chris, anything else to add before we hop out of this topic?
No, man, I'm excited. Look, once we go hands-on, if you guys go to the Facebook page and you follow the group, we have at least a couple guys over there that are in the alpha, ring, so they could probably answer some questions. But as we go hands-on with it, before it launches in November, we'll obviously share our thoughts a little more. But I am excited. Again, I like to see Xbox evolve, and I like to see them, doing stuff to better the experience for the fans. So I'm happy that it's coming, and I'll be excited to get my hands on it and try it out.
Awesome. So, okay, guys, what do you think of this new UI if you've watched the video or if you're in it? If you're on the Mixer chat live, let us know right now. But you can also let us know in the Facebook community group. So hop on there, talk with us. Like Chris said, we have people that are in the alpha right now checking it out. So if you want hands-on experience, that's the place to check. If you're watching this later on our YouTube page, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Like I said, hit the bell button to get our notifications anytime a new video goes up. And leave a comment down below because we do read every comment. We try to respond to every comment. So make sure to hop on there and check it out. Finally, don't forget you can hit us up on our Twitter at the Xbox Dive.